Hello friends, this is Geisel and Company. Welcome back as we begin right here in Chapter 1, continuing our timepiece collection story. Please allow us to use a bit of your valuable time so we may share with you some timepieces that we have owned for quite some time and have enjoyed thoroughly. The genesis of our video series began when we searched for wristwatches that fell into our definition of affordable, inexpensive wristwatches. For us in the beginning, that originally fell under $300, and we are incredibly grateful to be blessed enough in life, allowing us to drift closer to the $1,000 per wristwatch budget. To some, this may seem like a lot of currency spent on one seemingly simple device to tell the time, and for others, this is abysmally low, and they wish not to be seen with such a plebeian timepiece. To both we say that is okay. We believe neither is right or wrong, and all too often, money is too closely associated with passion, love, and interest. It is used as a measuring device to determine worth, but to that we say nay. One's passions should not be dictated by indicated society popularity, positive or negative perception. The feeling you get deep down when you gaze at your chosen timepiece should be the center guiding focus to realizing what you want. When a wristwatch is purchased to commemorate a special moment, celebration of a goal completion, or simply purchased because it has been on your bucket list far too long, we believe that this leads to much greater satisfaction than when what you have on your wrist is simply a tool to express your wealth and flaunt your ego, or willingness to just partake in fleeting moments of temporary fashion to look more put together than most of us really are. That said, we do own some inexpensive fashion branded wristwatches that some watch elites may find repulsive. But in the end, what the elites say can be respected and guidance can be heeded, but it truly does not matter. They do not pay your bills, they do not meet your goals, and they do not have the identical perceptions, skills, influence, and thoughts that you have spent your lifetime to create and continue to perfect. Bearing this in mind, we begin sharing with you what we have and hope you enjoy. Starting off with my first influential timepiece that was purchased at a big box store at the age of 17. I thought it looked amazing. I even thought it was mechanical, not knowing that the seconds display was mechanical, but the hour and minute markers beaded to the electricity pulse regulated by a quartz crystal. This watch was of relatively low construction quality, and it survived 3 years and even a short time of my stint in military service. Though today I don't wear its identical replacement that much, I think it is an important reminder that money and technology are not a requirement to find satisfaction in your wristwatch. A simple, unadulterated desire was filled, and that is what makes this piece special to me. Back in the day it was purchased, it cost me $43, so for the 3 years it's lasted me, that's equivalent to just $1.19 a month. Consider what is paid for other time-based entertainment and enjoyment activities. This watch represents one of the best value purchases I have ever made. At the time I thought the display back was so sleek, and I loved the shiny stainless screws contrasting with the octagonal black bezel. What a time it was to be alive and able to purchase such a piece. The inception of what has now led myself, many years later, to spend my time enjoying filming these man-made creations and sharing with you all here and now.
I'd like to introduce one of my recently acquired timepieces. It is a Frederique Constant Slimline ladies watch with a case circumference of 28mm and a slim thickness of 5mm. When I gazed upon the elegant silver waffle dial contrasted by the thin, exquisite black hands that are reminiscent of an old town clock tower, gives this wristwatch an ambience of an era before the world became endowed with technology. Back to a time where one's time was never taken for granted as life was even shorter. Wrapped in a rose gold toned simple yet refined case and complemented by a dark brown leather strap drew me in. As I placed it upon my wrist for the first time, a sense of pride, enjoyment, and excitement occurred, and the instant desire to take care of it and wear it carefully, not because of fear of the quartz movement failure or sapphire crystal fragility, but because the minute you realize something is precious, you want to cherish it. It gave me the feeling of sophistication and reminds me to strive for that sophistication, elegance, and refinement every time I wear it. Who knew that a timepiece costing $212 could evoke such an emotion and tickle the sense of passion? That is why when you are searching for your wristwatch, whether it be your first or just to add to your already growing collection, always remember it is your emotions and your willingness to place the watch upon your wrist that will make it special.
For the last timepiece in this chapter, we shift to one of my bit more recent acquirements of the Armand Nicolet JS9 in steel, with a glassy black ceramic bezel and equally dark dial. This dive watch is a bit dressier than many other dive watches, as it has a butterfly clasp with beautiful finishing that reflects light in the tiny but still noticeable way. At 13 millimeters thick and 44 millimeter case size, it is great for my 8 1/8 inch wrists, so in my opinion it wears very well. This timepiece was purchased pre-owned for $700 with the box and papers. Powering this watch is an ETA 2846 beating at 21,600 beats per hour with a power reserve of 48 hours. This watch fills the desire I had to acquire a dive watch that didn't break the budget, had interesting features, and looked good wearing an accompaniment with my clothing and leather goods style choices and preferences. It also needed to be a tough watch that can put up with the wear and tear that my lifestyle currently enjoys. For me, watches I am able to interact with some way is very important. An automatic movement is one way to do that, winding it with that easy to turn rubber infused crown when it runs out of watch ticking breath, placing it up to my ear to hear the movements working fervently to swing the large and luminous hands accurately, the smooth and tactile clicks of turning the bezel to set time for crucial events, or watching the date tick over at midnight. These are important to me for my enjoyment and fulfillment of a timepiece. Not to say I do not enjoy simple, elegant pieces. It is my hope as my collection continues to grow that I maintain a balance between style, complication, features, and to a lesser extent, equity retention. Thank you for viewing this chapter in our story, and we look forward to the creation of the next one. Until then, enjoy your timepieces, and at the end of the day, pick the watch that you are happy with, not what others tell you to get. Goodbye for now.